Hey everyone, it's Abigail B. Welcome back to my video. We are doing a sit down video today and I'm going to be talking about 10 things that are making your house look cheap. And if you get rid of these things in 2026, we are moving on to new levels of luxury, attainable luxury, making your home look well together and expensive. Now I hope you're sitting comfortably. Perhaps get your pen out, get your phone out, open your notes and make sure you take note of this. First thing is about cushions. There's a part A and a part B to this. The part A is matching your cushions on your sofa. Like, you know, sometimes sofas come with cushions. I would say get rid of them if you can, please, because they just look very factory-like. They look like they look very simple. I would say if you really want to kind of elevate your sofa, add some scattered cushions to it, and not just any ones. I am thinking about ones like these. These are really coming in 2026 with the tassel and also with the kind of monochromatic theme to it. Lots and lots of texture. It's really giving luxury. I've seen it in very affluent homes, and I also recommend these to my clients as well as an alternative. So yeah, definitely add these and give a variation. I know, like before, talking about variation of color, which is definitely true, but variation of texture, and add that in there. And plus, don't do too much. Don't do too much. I would say 2 on both sides and try and keep a balance with it. 2 large ones and 2 smaller ones. The B part to it is about the pattern. Now, allow the pattern to be in conjunction with the rest of the theme of the room. I would say a big, massive no to anything that has writing on it, such as these ones. Cancel them in 2026 if you haven't done so already. We don't want to have live, love, laughter and all the rest of it. There needs to be no signs. It just needs to tell us a story with its very intricate design that it has. And if you have one that's quite intricate in the design, behind it I would say have something that's simple, so it keeps that balance and visually it's not messy to the eye. The next thing is about only having one lonely lighting on your ceiling. Now, most of our homes, if you don't have spotlights or you don't have a very large room, there is going to be one ceiling light. But how do you bring that one ceiling light into the rest of the room so that you don't have one source of light in a particular area? How you can do to elevate this is add light to every corner of your room. So have light, or like as you can see behind me, I have a picture light, have some lamps, tall lamps, table lamps, lighting behind your TV, lighting scones on your wall. You can never have too much light. I would say an average have about 5 sources of lighting in your room. So you have your ceiling light, you have your wall light, your scones, your ambient lighting, and perhaps you can bring some lighting with some soft kind of warm light with candles and stone and so forth. So yeah, always just walk into your room and think about your light sources and don't depend on the one light that's in your room. If it's in a very awkward area, which sometimes it is, it's just like not centralized, that's fine. Make it look intentional. Have a ceiling light that perhaps comes out a bit. Perhaps you can have ones like these, the spunk ones that kind of reach out, so it's touching each part of your room as well. You can have ones that kind of drape and, you know, go to another side. I'm just showing you pictures because sometimes my description, girl, you know. But yeah, so these type of ones also will look really nice as well. And if you have the other sources of light, it's gonna work. Your art is too small on your wall. I think I've spoken about this so many times. Let's try and reduce the gallery wall type of feel, because I feel like that was 3 years ago and it has its purpose in particular areas. I've got some in my hallway going up the stairs, and I put my hands up. That style is quite a little bit outdated. It is coming out. So I would say probably on your landing, if you do have a fresh kind of plain wall, make it look intentional and have a little bit of, and have them all the same size. And I really like it when I have the really wide white border around it, and then you have like your black and white picture in the middle, so it looks like a gallery feel, and those are really nice. But yeah, living rooms, bedrooms, yeah, just keep it simple. Perhaps make one that you really like into a massive commission artwork, maybe turn it into canvas. Yeah, just do something different with it, but definitely enlarge it. Enlarge the wall instead of having tiny little dots everywhere, because it again makes it look visually messy and you don't know where to look, and it does cheapen the look, especially if you go for all different types of frames. A big no. Over styling our shelves. Now, open shelving was definitely a thing before, especially in the kitchen, but if you're going to do that, I would say keep it plain and simple. Let's stop having, you know, cups and books and candles and mugs and all the rest of it on there, because it just looks so heavy to the eye and it really does cheapen it. Plus, if it starts collecting dust or it has splashes of food, oh, can you just imagine the look? Are you going to take everything down every day and give it a wipe and pull it back? Perhaps not. So in order to make easier life, to make your life easier by cleaning, just keep it simple, and it just looks really well put together. And just, yeah, less is more. Less is more, and it really does cheapen the look. Upgrade your hardware. Now, you'll be surprised how by simply just changing your hardware into something that looks more expensive can just transform the whole furniture piece. So like your kitchen, instead of having just normal chrome handles, as I said, looking very factory style, just looks like it's been unpacked and left there, is giving that kind of, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but yeah, it's giving that very basic look. So really to upgrade it, changing the handles to some nice chrome, some like really nice vintage brass, something that has detail and intricacy that's heavy, just literally will transform that. The same with like your sideboards, your door handles, big, massive. So look around. If you don't want to change massive things, but just changing those little bits can really transform and absolutely elevate that piece. Another thing I've said before is stop putting your sofas so close to the wall. Bring it in the middle, invite it in, zone your home. If you have a very long room, then perhaps bring your sofa to the middle part of the room. So it has a very intimate section there. And the other side, you can have a console table or just leave it free flowing as it is. But obviously, it needs to look intentional. The free flowing space makes the room look bigger. It makes it look intentional as well and very well put together. Rather than having everything kind of stuck against the wall, it just doesn't look right. And it really does cheapen the look. I feel that intimate, cozy feel really brought together, and that tensional look really does help to elevate the space. So yeah, look in your home, start bringing things together. And as well as that is your rugs. Now, we know this already, and 2026 is not going to see small rugs unless it's for a small space. Always have your sofa on your rug. It needs to be that way. And if you can have the sofa even coming out on the other side because your room is so big, even perfect. But yeah, we do not want to see small rugs that's just in front of your sofa or your furniture pieces. Or even, I'm just adding a little one to it, can we even stop rugs underneath dining tables? I just don't understand it. And if it is that case, then make it look intentional. Perhaps go for like a jute rug and make it massive. It fills the whole space. Not tiny little rugs that just on the dining table and then, you know, the dining chairs are trying to squeeze to fit on. It's a massive no-no. Please do not take this into 2026. If you want your home to look luxurious and expensive, that is a big no. Another one is hiding clutter rather than trying to decorate it. So if you have wiring all around, instead of you trying to, you know, do something to it, I don't know, put all the wires into like a box, a fancy box, or getting trunking or something like that. If you have a little bit of cash to spend and you can invest, hide them internally into the walls or hide them behind things so they're out of sight. I can't stress enough of how wiring just looks so messy. Anything like that that's exposed, it just brings visual clutter, is a massive no, and it cheapens the look. So let's stop doing this in 2026. That's a very quick, easy one because it is what it is. And there's so many ways right now in which you can try and make your wiring and stuff like that look very discreet. Even by perhaps having closed furnishings, closed cupboards. So if you do have a lot of that in your media space, just have everything inside. Don't be doing any like open shelving because if they're going to be exposed, they're not going to look good. So yeah, switch it up a little bit and you will definitely thank me later. Another thing that we are not doing in 2026 is themed rooms. I do believe a lot of people that are very in tune with interior designing and they have that eye know that this is a thing of the past and it really doesn't resonate with elevation. So overly themed rooms, if you want to have a particular type of direction with your design style, that's absolutely fine. But keep it at a subtle minimum, you know, quiet luxury. We're saying it, but we're not saying it too loud. You know what I mean? So if you're going for like hostel or farmhouse, just bring small injections of things in your room that resonates with that design style. It may be something like a natural element, rattan. It may be certain features in your kitchen or your bedroom that really does resonate with that style, but without saying it. And then you modernize it. You bring your own kind of unique twist to it as well, and that really does help to kind of bring it together and give that very luxurious feel rather than doing too much with it. Another thing that really cheapen your look, and we need to stop doing in 2026, is white walls. Now, I feel like some of us are doing well and we're moving away from just plain white walls. If you do particularly like white and you're very minimalist and you just want that clean, fresh, clinical hospital style kind of space, if that's your thing, that's absolutely fine. But if you're going to do it, I would say add a little bit of warmth to it because it can look quite cold. And following on from that, it just doesn't give that kind of connection in the space, and it really will give that basic, simple, not luxurious look. If you're going for luxury, then turn your ears, you're not here for this, If you're going for luxury, I would say just add some warmth to it. So go for like a nice warmer white, or add some stuff, adds a different contrast in there as well. Perhaps have like a feature wall that has texture with the white, maybe add something to your ceiling, or everything in your space, just allow it to have texture and flow, and everything is kind of speaking to each other and it's bouncing. It just gives that kind of ambience and warmth in the environment. So even though your walls are white, everything else is not. Because can you imagine this kind of look? I will just show you. It's given I just moved in and I can't afford to decorate my house. That is what it's given. I'm just going to be true to you. If you really want to elevate it, you have to move away from that. Add some sconces, add some wall lights, add some variation. 100% you need to add contrast in there, and it will really make the space look put together and very cozy and inviting for yourself. I hope those tips were helpful. I hope you're going to use them in 2026. I hope we're here to kind of bring that elevation to our space. I keep using the word because it's very true. And yeah, I will be back in 2026 with more videos, more tips, some more vlogs, probably some more traveling content, we will see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and you're going to take note and do so in 2026, and add more stuff in the description if things that I've missed that you're like, yeah, I'm not taking this into 2026. We are going to stop this. Okay, see you later and thanks for watching.